Hello, I'm Harinandini and I'm the marketing lead of GDSC. So, United Nations is an international organization established in 1945 after the Second World War, following the dire consequences of the First and Second World Wars. Although the First World War led to the establishment of the League of Nations in order to promote international peace and security to prevent the occurrence of the Second. To overcome the shortcomings of the League of Nations, the United Nations was formed when the Charter of the United Nations was signed by the member states. The functions of the UN, as stipulated in the article, include maintaining international peace and security, protecting human rights, delivering humanitarian aid, promoting sustainable development, and upholding international law. Now, the question arises, why UN? The principal reason for the establishment of the UN was to protect the world against the terrible consequences of war. The United Nations is fostering international peace and security through legal procedures, diplomacy, and military peacekeeping. With this noble responsibility, UN experiences immense political pressure as they maintain international peace and security. So, the Sustainable Development Goals are a collection of 17 global goals put forth by the UN. These are aimed at improving the planet and the quality of human life around the world by the year 2023. The Indian government released its zero net emissions target policy to reduce its carbon footprints. To achieve the sustainable development goals as specified by the UN, India is determined for its long term low carbon development strategy. The concept of sustainable development in India has an even greater relevance due to the controversy surrounding the big dams, mega projects, and related long term growth. Some of the sustainable development goals include no poverty, responsible consumption, and zero production, and zero hunger, and reduced inequality. Technology is here to make a better world. If you want to be a part of it, then the solution challenge is here for you. The Solution Challenge is Google's global annual contest that summons every GDSC member to give advanced solution to real world problems by making use of Google's technologies. The mission of the year 2023 Solution Challenge is to solve for one or more of the United Nations 17 sustainable goals. And over the years, thousands of students have made their way to a better world. We look forward to seeing you in our coming year. The Sustainable Challenge is open to all the GDSC members from universities all over the world. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Marna Thomas, Operations Lead of GDSC VJCP. Now that we are familiar with the SDGs, we'll be getting about the timeline of the event. The registration for the event is open from today, that is December 1st, and we will have a small kickoff event on January 11th. The project submissions open from January 21st to February 22nd. We'll have a following this will have judging round on March. The top 100 will be announced in April, and and these 100 candidates will go through a mentorship phase between April 9 in the April in April. And these members are supposed to resubmit their ideas between April 29th to May 5th. Following which we'll have a second judging round, and after which the final 10 will be announced in late May and the winning three will be announced on June 27th. Now, moving on to eligibility. All the participants must be university students and each person can only join one team. While forming a team, each team can have 1 to 4 members, and at least one of the members must be a GDSC member. The team representative must also be a GDSC member. The team members can be from different universities, different GDSC chapters, or different countries. To know more about the event, first, the different to say more about the event, the members are supposed to join a GDSC club and they can start hosting info sessions, hackathons, and design days. And they have to. The team must be formed by December, and each team must select a United Nations Sustainable Development Goal and identify a solution for it. Once the solution has been identified, they can begin designing the front-end interface and back-end technologies in January, and they have to test the solution and iterate it between in January to February. After the design and building phase, each team must record a demo video and submit the projects between January 21st and February 22nd. And in early April, the top 100 solutions will be announced, and the top 100 mentoring will take place in April, and the top 10 finalists will be announced in late May, and the top 3 winners will be announced on live on YouTube on June 27th. With that, the event comes to a wrap. Thank you.
So, good evening, everyone. I am Alka, the PR lead of GDSC VJCT. So, today we are here going to explain, I'm here to explain about the submission criteria, the judgmental criteria, and the prices. So, starting from the submission criteria, it comes under the submission criteria comes under 5 categories. The first is the project setup, second one is implementation, the third one is feedback, testing, and iteration, and fourth one is success and completion of the solution and scalability. Starting from the first one, which is project setup. So under project setup, we have to mainly look forward for two things. That is that we have to clearly describe the challenge you are solving for using a problem statement. So from the United Nations Sustainable Development 17 Sustainable Development Goals, we have to describe which one of the sustainable development goal you are choosing and why did you choose that and what inspired you to choose that. You have to give a clear discrimination about the solution for the problem statement. Coming up to next, which is the implementation category. So in implementation category, you have to describe which architecture you're using, your team used for this project, and what are the high level and low level components your team used for the architecture, and you have to explain about the responsibilities of each components used in the project. And next is the specific products and platforms you choose to implement in this component and why did you choose this platform and products. For going for feedback, testing, and iteration, in the feedback section, we have to you have to give or to test your solution with real users, which is from outside the team, and you have to provide 3 specific feedback points you have received from the real users, and what did you learn and how did it help improve your solution, and what are the 3 specific things you implemented and improved for your solution based on the feedback. So in the feedback section, you also have to say about what will be the cause and effect you will be experiencing in the future too. And code texting and iteration. Highlight one challenge you faced while building your code and including detail on how you address the issue and technical decisions and implementations you had to make. That is the feedback, testing, and iteration. Next is the success and completion of the solution. So, in the success and completion of the solution, you have to make sure that the solution is clearly addressing the problem statement. The outcome of the outcome of the sustainable development goal you've choose should be clearly addressed, and describe the success of your solution using metrics, goals, and outcomes, and what Google technologies are you using to track usage analytics, and or where the numbers are impossible to use, please describe your project impact using cause and effect. And in the main part of success and completion of solution, just like Marina said, you have to upload a copy of your demo video. In the demo video, you have to put up the project setup, implementation, feedback, and the success process all together in that demo video. And next is scalability. So scalability is mainly meaning what do you see to the future and the next step for your project in the future, and how would you expand your solution to larger audience, and explain how the technical architecture of a solution could support in its current state or with minor changes scaling to a larger audience. So these are the things that come under submission criteria. Next, I'm going to say about the judging criteria. Just like submission criteria, the judging criteria, the judges will eventually check all the things told in the submission criteria, like project setup, implementing, feedback, testing, iteration, success, and scalability. I will highlight the points that the judges will be awarding. That the first point is that it's on the impact. Does the entry establish a clear challenge using the problem statement? It basically means that you have to address the clear solution for this problem statement, and what are the goals and targets you're using, or what are your intentions in giving up the solution for the problem statement. And next is from the feedback points received from real users. From the feedback position, if you're affecting or getting a cause and effect from the feedback section from users, how did you solve the issue and how more did you implement and improve in the issues, the judges will be checking that. And next is there evidence for next steps, just like the scalability. Are you planning on implementing or extending the plans for future, and how are you planning to future extension to a larger audience. Next, in the judging criteria, there is also technology related points. The first one is about the architecture, the specific products and platform they implemented, and the what Google technologies have used and why. And for the second point, it is that does the solution implement all the technical components needed to solve the challenge. And just like that, it's all based on technologies, like what technology is used, architecture, responsibilities of this high level components and low level components, and that's it. And for the last one, the judging criteria is that can the solution and its current form or minor structural changes support more users and increase scale based on the future extensions. So the last part I'm going to explain is about the prices, the most awaited one. So in the prices sections, it is also categorized into five. The first one is that top three clubs that host the most solution challenge related events. Where in that category, GDSC leads and the core team receives swags. The next section is the top 100 section. In the top 100 category, they will receive a customized mentorship from Googlers and experts to take solution to next level, and a branded t-shirt and a certificate. For the final 10 category, they will be receiving an additional mentorship, a swag box, and the opportunity to showcase solutions to Googlers and developers all around the world. And about that copy of the demo video, you will be getting a chance to showcase your demo video live on YouTube. It's only for the final 10. And the contest finalists, it's about, in addition to the swag box, each individual from the additional 7 recognized teams will receive a cash prize per student. They have not fixed the cash prize yet, but winnings for each qualifying team will not exceed $4,000. And the main winners at the winning three. In addition to the swag box, each individual from the winning three teams will be receiving a cash prize and a feature on the Google developers blog. And just like the contest finalists, they will be also getting a cash prize, and it will not exceed more than $12,000. This is it. Thank you.
Okay, so good evening. I'd like to show you one more speaker. It's one of my fellow leads who will share her experience last year doing solution challenge. So why they please.
Yeah, I hope I'm visible and audible, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just not share my screen. Let me just see, okay? I have nothing to share like that, but just a photo. I think that is like plug. Okay, let it be. I did not share. So, hi everyone. We have met before. I have been here for IBMC itself, but this time I'm here for Solution Challenge as a participant last year, and also being one of the members of the top 100 teams that was there. So one of my very experienced, this was like, I think like my second or third hackathon. So if you're thinking that you have to be very technically sound or very need to be very experienced with things, I think this is not at all. You can always start with anywhere, whatever resources you have, just start with that. That is one of the very first thing, as I think the team has explained it very well, that what exactly solution challenge is, what happens, what you have to take. So I'll just go through a little bit about my project so you'll understand that what exactly is solution challenge about. So there were like 17 UN goals, right? So out of those 17 UN goals, we chose quality education. In quality education, we actually had we set up a website slash AI thing for people who are disabled, where you can just go, like how we have shiksha.com, right? You just go, you put on your requirements, and colleges come according to that. So same wise, we made something for disabled people where you put in your disability and you get like college preferences according to the area you are. So one of the things like, or Google technologies you can talk, I used is Google Maps. The second is I use like this Kotlin, right? So Kotlin was our first option, but then we switched to Flutter. So that was one thing that we used. We used a lot of Google APIs, which were helpful. So there are like two parts into solution challenge. The first is coming up with an idea. The second is using technology, Google technologies. This is not a hackathon which solely focuses on your ideas, but it also focuses a lot on technological, what you're using, how profound you are, how good are you, how efficiently you are producing that product. So you need to keep these two things in your mind. One is your problem statement, how relevant that problem is to the real life, and what is the value of this, or what exactly is it really beneficial to for the society to have this idea. So that is one thing. The second is use as many Google technologies as you can. This year they are focusing a lot on generative AI and a lot of cloud, right? So Google Cloud and generative AI is something like that. So you can always use a lot of different things, experiment with AI, ML, use TensorFlow for all of this, use API keys that Google provides, maybe work on Bard if you can, use Bard APIs. I think that will create a little bit different impression on them rather than using ChatGPT API. Okay. Um, that is, don't use ChatGPT API if you're going to use Gen AI. Use Bard API for that. The next thing is, let's go through process. What exactly happens in solution challenge? The first is you register, right? So you register from 1st of December right now. The registration starts, and you register. You put on your idea, like what exactly goal you want to work on. You have to select that. After that, from January you start submitting your prototype. So January to February, I guess this time it is. So during that period, you film your video, you film your demos. This is the time where you start giving out your prototypes. They do not expect a full-fledged website or a full-fledged project to be there, but a working prototype with major features or something that like gives an idea about your project is okay for that. So that how submission happens. Then during our time, we had regional boot camp in Bangalore. So we got selected there and we went to the regional boot camp. We met a lot of different Googlers. We had a Google office tour there. So we met a lot of Google employees. Many people from around the country also come, and also international students also come here. So that is one thing, you get a lot of exposure, a lot of networking that happens there. And after that, you get a lot of mentoring and like just understanding what exactly your project needs. So sometimes what happens is, someone from Google will help you out in your project. And if we had one student, okay, this was like a very special case. He was really really good at technologies and knows Google like very thorough. And when they saw their like technological thing, he got offered from Google. During the regional camp only, he got like, okay, you come and give test for us, you go interview with us. So that is one thing that happens also at regional boot camps. After that, you have to submit your final projects and all of this. And then there's like the mentoring and everything happens, and we got into the top 100. It is not only limited to software. A lot of people think that, okay, let's just make software or something like that. There are also people who make hardware. Integrating your AI ML into the hardware is also something that you can work on. So that is one of the ideas. So choose your UN statement very, very thoroughly. Always work on things that you really like. Have people from multiple disciplinaries. Like, just don't only have people who are coders. Have people who know how to present is also a very good key to have. People who can design really good, because Google also focuses a lot on UI. Whatever you do, it should be very appealing to them also. Just go on Solution Challenge website, and I think there would be like past winners, past projects, and you can just identify that, okay, this was like very simple ideas, but the way of execution is very, very, very good. So there was lot of project which were related to healthcare also. Google gives a lot of priority to healthcare, sustainability, education, something like that. If you can even like improvise their product, that is also really, really good. One of our project there was like, they took Google Docs, but they did something related to UN and that, and they got there. So that is also one way you guys can get there. So yeah, just I hope you guys have a great time in Solution Challenge. Take part into this, just understand what Google exactly wants you guys to do, and maybe you can always find some great projects and make great project also. Like, if you have great projects, you get domains, all of the things get paid for you guys. So that is one of the benefit that happens with Solution Challenge. So yeah, I think to have more and more people into Solution Challenge, and I hope your college gets platinum. That is the ultimate goal, I guess.
Don't push it.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so, because last time I remember my lead got like a gold, I guess, because we had one team in top 100. At that time, top 100 was also very like elite kind of thing. So yeah, I hope we have a platinum this time.
Thank you so much, Vaidehi. So
Thank
that's all
you.
for now. If you have any questions, do feel free to contact us, and we'll be winding up. Thank you all for joining.